Hi everyone, welcome to Impact Academy. Today, let us start with the first question of society. Let us look into various aspects of society. So, consider the following statements. Polyandry is a form of polygamy in which a woman marries two or more husbands at the same time. And levirate marriage is a type of marriage in which brother of a deceased man is obliged to marry his brother's widow. So, if you look at polyandry and all the basics, so let us look at. Okay, so look at this. If you look at the type of marriage, okay, there is monogamy, that is one husband, one wife, and within that serial monogamy, that means at a time you are marrying only one person and you are staying committed. And non-serial monogamy is you give divorce again, get married, all that. So when it comes to polygamy, it means more than one husband or more than one wife. Okay, so it's a general term. Within that, if you look at polygyny, polygyny is when there is one man and multiple wives. Okay, so when the wives are cousins or sisters, then it is called sororal polygyny. So remember, when you see the word sorority, that means there is some kind of sistership involved when the wives are sisters. Non-sororal is when for example, if a man has three wives, okay, and those three wives are not related to each other, then it is non-sororal polygyny. Polyandry, if you take the example of Mahabharata, Draupadi has five husbands, right? So that is polyandry. So one wife, multiple husbands. And fraternal polyandry is the Pandavas, five brothers marrying one Draupadi, that is called as fraternal, when the husbands are brothers. When the husbands are not brothers, then it is non-fraternal polyandry. So polygamy subdivided into polygyny and polyandry. Okay, this is synogamy or group marriage. I don't think it exists in India. So polyandry is a form of polygamy, yes, in which women marries two or more husbands, which is true. If a man marries more than one wife, then it is polygyny. Okay, polygamy is commonly used for multiple husbands and multiple wives. So don't get confused. Levirate marriage you usually find in what you say. If you look at the Bible or in the Jerusalem area, etc., there you find this levirate marriages most common in Jewish communities, etc., where if the brother is deceased, okay, the younger brother is obliged to marry the widow of the elder brother. Okay, so this type of marriage is found mostly in that region near what you say Israel, Jerusalem, etc. Now, nowadays, I'm not sure whether it is followed, but if you look at mostly, I mean, you find it in the Bible many times. Okay, levirate marriage, I've seen it there. Anyway, so try to remember that. So correct statements are both A and B. So, observe this question. So, when it comes to society, there is going to be so many books, so many authors, so many names. Okay, so you cannot remember all of them. So, try to reduce the number of things. Okay, try make it some 5 or 10 books, 5 or 10 important authors, etc., and try to remember based on it. So, in this particular thing, I would suggest you remember two things: Herbert Russley and M. N. Srinivas. Now, let us look at this. M. N. Srinivas. So, couple of things. Look at the father of Indian sociology is G.S. Ghurye. Okay, Govind Sadashiv Ghurye, and he has written these books: Caste and Race in India, Indian Sadhus, Lifestyle of a Middle Class, etc. Fine. So, in general, if you talk about father of sociology in the whole world, it is Auguste Comte. Try to remember that, very important. And mother of sociology is Harriet Martineau. And when it comes to Indian sociology, it is Govind Sadashiv Ghurye. So, apart from this, MS Srinivas is something which you have to remember. So, who is M.N. Srinivas? M.N. Srinivas is Mysore Narasimhachar Srinivas, famous Indian sociologist and social anthropologist. He is mostly known for his work on caste and caste systems. Okay, social stratification. Sanskritization means when the lower caste individual tries to copy the rituals, practices of the upper caste. For example, someone from the Vaishya or Shudra tries to copy a Brahmin, like stop eating meat, doing puja, and wearing jenu, etc. That is called Sanskritization. When people from the lower rung of the society try to copy the rituals of the upper rung, that is called Sanskritization. And when they copy the West, it is called westernization. Today, westernization has a huge impact in India, right? Most of the youth try to follow the Western trends. And these are the books written by M.S. Srinivas. So if you observe, it is always about caste, okay? Caste and other essays, and particularly Mysore, Coorg. He studied a lot about the Mysore Coorg region and caste, remembered village. I'll just pause and write down all this. It's very important. So M.N. Srinivas try to remember he spoke about caste, etc., etc. And Herbert Risley. Herbert Risley is racial theory. So if you look at Herbert Risley, if you look at the racial types of India, okay, you have one thing is the B.S. Guha racial classification, and you have Herbert Risley's racial classification. Sir Herbert Risley classified Indian population into seven racial types. Okay, majorly, there are three types: Dravidian, Mongolian, and Indo-Aryan. So, Dravidian is South India, Mongolian is, as you know, Northeast, etc., and Indo-Aryan is the northern and western part of India. Okay. So, more specifically, Dravidians are considered to be more dark skinned, and Mongoloid have more what you say small eyes and some of those features. And Indo-Aryans are usually considered to be fair skinned, and you can see the seven racial types: Turco-Iranian, okay, Indo-Aryan, Scinto-Dravidian, Aryo-Dravidian, Mongolo-Dravidian, Mongoloid, and Dravidian. Anyway, that is given by Sir Herbert Risley. So try to remember these two things at least. Herbert Risley is racial theory, and M.N. Srinivas obviously caste. So in this, it is D. So C3 and D4. So obviously you can eliminate the rest. A2. Marriage is a contract for the production and maintenance of children. Who said that? Edward Westermark. Try to remember if you can. History of human marriage is B. Oh, sorry, that is A is 2. Sorry. B.M. Malinowski. And history of human marriage is Edward Westermark. So those things are fine. But at least remember Herbert Risley. Risley spoke about racial theory. Try to remember. M.N. Srinivas spoke about caste. And he wrote so many books regarding Mysore, Coorgs, okay, caste, villages, etc. Again, in this question, third question, Dr. Mazumdar is important. So try to remember Dr. Mazumdar. So let us look at some of the books written by Dr. Mazumdar. Okay, all these books you have to remember. These two pages are there at least. So see, MN Srinivas just now we have seen, right? Caste in modern India and other essays, Indian villages. Those two are MN Srinivas, which you have to remember. Caste and class in India, G.S. Gurye. G.S. Gurye is the father of Indian sociology, so you have to remember. Okay. Marriage and family in India, K.M. Kapadia, frequently asked, you have to remember. And the caste, class, occupation, again, G.S. Gurye, try to remember. Social change in modern India, M.N. Srinivas, try to remember, very important. Races and castes in India, D.N. Majumdar. Okay, we are talking about D.M. Majumdar and races and culture, caste and communication in Indian village. So, Majumdar, races and culture, okay, races and castes in India, and caste and communication in village. So, all these things you have to remember. Indian Village by S.C. Dubey, that is also asked. Anyway, write down all these books and try to remember. So, what is the question? Which of the following are incorrectly matched? So, Majumdar, Dr. Majumdar talks about traditional theory. Fine, Nesfield talks about occupational theory. Denzel Ibesham talks about evolutionary theory. You may not remember all that, but at least remember the books written by Dr. Majumdar. Okay, caste and culture, okay, caste and race, etc., etc. Also, dominant caste was coined by M.N. Srinivas, right? And remember the books by M.N. Srinivas. Very important. So, if nephews and nieces are brought up in their maternal uncle's family, the arrangement is referred to as avuncu local. So, let us see what is avuncu local, what is this all this. So, we have seen monogamous family, polygamous, we have seen. Now, look at this residence. So, after marriage, if you stay in the wife's home, then it is matrilocal residence. If you stay at the father's home, father of the groom, okay, then if you are staying at the house of the bride, then bride means the lady, okay, the woman. Then it is called matrilocal. If you are going to stay after marriage at the house of the man, okay, the groom, then it is called patrilocal. Bilocal means both, some days in that house, some days in this house. Okay, unilocal means staying in either one residence. Neo means not staying in either father's or of the bride or the groom, but going to a separate city. So this happens mostly today, right? People get married. If you are having a software job, you marry here and then go to Hyderabad or Bangalore and keep a family there, right? Not the father, not the mother, or not parents of the wife, not parents of the husband. So that is neo family or nuclear family. So on the basis of organization, nuclear family, joint family. Patriarchal means authority of the father. Matriarchal means authority of the mother. Patrilocal, okay, matrilocal, neolocal, avunculocal. So what is avunculocal? If you look at traditional a few years back, what happens is, for example, you have a brother and you have a sister. Okay, the brother has a daughter and the sister has a son. So what happens is, if they're from a poor family, the sister sends his son to her brother. Okay, so this guy goes there and resides there, and the brother, basically mama. Okay, the mama takes care of his expenses, studies, everything, and future when he gets a job, he will give his daughter in marriage. Okay, so that is basically called as avunculocal. So in this question, nephew and niece are brought up in their maternal uncle. That means if you are there, your son you are giving to your brother. Okay, manamama, manamama, manaludu. That relation is called avanku local. Try to remember. Matrilocal means mother, neolocal means going somewhere else and keeping a new family, and patrilocal means father. Okay, so let us go to the next question. The ceremony to mark the shift from brahmacharya to grihastha is called samvartana. Okay, is asking choose the incorrect statement. So that is correct. Okay, you have brahmacharya, which is before marriage you study and you learn various skills, etc. Like before marriage, that is brahmacharya. Then you get a job or you settle down, then you marry. That is called grihastha. Okay, grihastha means after you become a family man. Then once you reach a certain stage, then you go to the vanaprastha. Okay, vanaprastha means basically you try to leave all the luxuries behind and go to the forest with your wife. That is vanaprastha. So there first you get used to the simple life. Then once you reach a very old stage and you are ready to get moksham. So at that time you forget about everything and you take sannyasa. Okay, you even don't have any relationship with your wife also, and you become a complete sannyasi. So there are four ashramas, right? Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, and Sannyasa. So when you transition from Brahmacharya to Grihastha, it is called Samvartana. So in the Avanku local, we have just now seen, it is the brother's residence, okay, maternal uncle's residence. Avanku local residence pattern newlyweds live separate from both bride and groom. This is called neo-local. When they're living separate from both bride and groom parents, it is called neo-local, not avuncu local. Avuncu local means it has to be maternal uncle. So also there is a amitate, right? Amitate. See, avunculate means when there is a special relationship between uncle and his sister's children. That is avunculate. And amitate. Amitate is reverse. Special relation between niece and her paternal aunt. Authority of a woman over her brother's children. So basically, this time the man mama is sending his son, okay, to go and live with the sister. Okay, that is amitate. So amitate is kind of opposite of avunculate. Try to remember those two things. Very important. Sixth one. Which of the following tribes live in Jammu and Kashmir? So, Kurumbas, Garos, Lepchas, Bakarwal. Let us look at various tribes of India. Okay. So, if you look at various tribes of India, okay, see Jammu and Kashmir, Baiti, Garra, Sippi, Bakarwal. Okay, this is the question he is asking, right? Bakarwal. Mon, Gaddi, Purigpa, Beda. So, remember Bakarwal at least. And see, Andhra, all these are very important. And Andhra, we have a separate list also. So these are the scheduled tribes in Andhra. Very important for us. And Sadhuand, okay, Chenchu is frequently asked, Gadabas, and Gonds are asked frequently, okay. Gonds, Hill Reddys, Reddy Dora, Kondadora, Koi Dora, Kondadora, okay, Konda Reddy, Gonds frequently asked, Dulia, try to remember as many as you can, okay. Koya, Kuttukoya, Rasha Koya, Kulia, Mali, Manadora, Nukadora, Naika, okay, Reddidora, Savara is very important. Gidu Ramurthy, I believe, is associated with Savara language. He developed a script for the Savara language. Gidu Ramurthy, frequent last question in AP history, very important. Savaras, etc., etc. Valmiki's scheduled area of Visakhapatnam, etc. Yanadis are also there. They hunt the crabs, okay, in the beaches. They are a crab hunting tribe, very important. Yanadis, okay. So try to remember as many as you can. And we are looking at Sikkim. See, Lepchas are in Sikkim. Lepchas are in Sikkim and Kadambas, right? One more thing is Kadambas. Just see where are Kadambas? Nagas. And look at Meghalaya. So Meghalaya, you get Khasis, Jaintias, Garos. Very important. Okay, Garos, Jaintias, Khasis are in Meghalaya. And Kadamba is in Beals, Madhya Pradesh, Birhos. Okay, Gons, Madhya Pradesh. Okay, in Telangana also they will be there. In Telangana, Chenchus. Try to pause this video and remember all these things. Very, very important. Anyway, Kadambas. uh, Let us quickly check where are Kadambas. Kadambas. Karnataka. Okay. So let us see. Is there anything in Karnataka? Okay, Karnataka, you have Gond, Patelia, Barda, Yarava, Beel, Koraga, Adyan, Iruliga. Anyway, and usually, Andaman and Nicobar is also very important. Okay, these are frequently asked. Orans, Onges, okay, Sentinels, Shompens, and Little Andaman, Jarvas. These are very equal. And see, Mishmi is also frequently asked. Northeast. So Andaman and Nicobar is very important. Orans, Onges, Sentinels, Shompens, and Jarvas. Anyway, so let us go back to the question. Where is it? Kurumbas, Kadambas are Karnataka. Kurumbas, Kurumbas. Let us check quickly. Okay. Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu. Fine. Try to remember that. Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu. Garos, Kasis, India's Meghalaya, Lepcha, Sikkim, Bakrawalis, Jammu and Kashmir. All are very important. Who is the author of the book? Ancient Society. So D.N. Majumdar, we have seen a couple of books. Let us just quickly go through. Only through repetition can we remember, okay? There is no other way. So Majumdar, Races and Castes in India, and races and cultures in India, caste and communication. So races and caste, races and culture, caste and communication in Indian village. But only Indian village means SC Dubey. That's important. Try to understand. Only Indian village is SC Dubey. Caste and communication in Indian village is Majumdar. So what is the question? Author of book Ancient Society, Lewis Henry Morgan. Fine. So ethnic group of people refers to a people with shared culture. Okay. Only when you have shared culture, you belong to a same ethnic group. For example, if you look at US, you have blacks, whites, okay. You have Hispanics, means those speaking people like Mexicans, etc. And you have the American Indians, American Chinese, etc. So same shared culture is called ethnic group. This is an important question because you might easily get confused. Okay, shared culture means ethnic group. So which of the following are correct? Hinduism is the major religion of India. So religion, just a minute. Hinduism is the major religion of India. So if you look at religion, Hinduism obviously has 96 crore and 79.8 percentage of the population. So almost near to 80% is Hindus. Second highest is Muslims, followed by 14%, followed by Christians, 6 Buddhists, Jains, and this is probably Parsis. Okay, try to remember the order also. Okay, Hindus, Muslims, Christians, and followed by Sikh, Buddhist, Jains. So when you talk about minorities, Parsis, Jains, okay, they are on the they may frequently ask for an order, okay, put them in. So mostly many people might put Muslims and Christians in the ascending order. You can put them in the beginning, so that will be a mistake. Because though Jains and Buddhists are considered as part of the Hindu fold, if they ask specifically put the religions in ascending order, then you have to start with Parsis, Jain, Buddhist, Sikh, Christian, Muslim, and Hindu. Okay, okay, fine. So Hinduism is major religion, around the 79 to 80%. Fine. Avesta, also called as Genda Avesta, is the book of Zoroastrianism, not Jainism. Jainism means you get Agamas, Nigamas, and all those things. And Avesta, Genda Avesta is Zoroastrianism. J.S. Gurye, who is the father of Indian sociology, and what are the books written by J.S. Gurye? So, Caste and Class in India, Caste, Class and Occupation. Okay, and Caste and Race in India. Fine. Caste and Race, Caste, Class, Occupation, Caste and Class in India. So he called tribals as the backward Hindus. Anyway, so these two are right, A and C. D is wrong. The concept of social mobility was first introduced by Gilbert. I think that is wrong. So remember those things. According to the Murdoch, how many tertiary kins will be there for a person? So if you look at kinship, let's look at kinship. Okay, okay, fine. So just look at this also. Okay, so various kinships. Okay, so these are the various definitions of kinship given by various sociologists. So Murdoch, kinship is a structured system of relationship in which kin are bound to one another by complex interlocking ties. That is said by Murdoch. Okay, that is usually frequently asked. Mr. Brown said kinship is approved relation of for social purposes, etc., etc. Fine. Try to remember if you can. Anyway, types of kinship are consanguineal kinship. That is, it's based on blood. For example, parents and children, father and son, okay, mother and son, brother, etc. All those basically on blood. Affinal is based on marriage only. That means husband and wife. Okay, husband's brother and wife. Okay, what to say, Maradi, Udina, all those things are affinal kinship. Fictive kinship is not based on marriage or blood. So, for example, you go to a shop and you every day have some tea there. You may call him mama, etc. Those things are what is it? Fictive kinships. So, Murdoch has given three types of degrees of kinship: primary, secondary, tertiary. So, primary, it is available among the members of the nuclear family. It is direct relationship. Eight types out of seven are eight types out of which seven are consanguineal and one is affinal. So consanguineal is what you say, father, husband, father, daughter, all these things, and affinal means not by blood, only by marriage, which is husband and wife. But that is also part of primary. Okay, immediate relationship is primary. Secondary relationship, sorry, secondary relationship is what you say. There are 33 types of secondary kinship, which include both consanguineal and affinal. 33 types. Remember, 8 primary, 33 secondary, 151 tertiary. Fathers, brothers, sisters, husband, etc. etc. Okay, relation between great grandparents, etc. etc. So primary is immediate, husband and wife, etc. This is one step more, father's brother, sister's husband, and this is two generations. Okay, grandfather, grandchildren, etc. Try to remember this. There are primary 8 types, secondary 33 types, and 151 tertiary kinships. Try to remember all that. So 151. How many, according to Murdoch, how many are there? 151 tertiary kinships. So while patrilineal descent systems correlate with either neolocal or patrilocal, so neolocal is after marriage going and living somewhere else. Patrilocal is living in the boy's residence. I mean, a groom's residence. Matrilineal, okay, mother side, etc., etc. So what is the question? Correct answer using the course. Okay, while descent patrilocal, matrilineal, which of the following? What is it saying? While patrilineal descent systems correlate with either neolocal or patrilocal, matrilineal descent systems correlate. Okay, so patrilineal is only neolocal and patrilocal. Matrilineal is again neolocal, okay, matrilocal and avunculocal. So matrilocal is living in the bride's house. Neolocal is going outside. So that is also part of matrilineal. Avunculocal is we've already discussed, right? It's going with the mother's brother, maternal uncle, going and living there before marriage and after marriage. So each one of the following acts first recognize monogamy as the accepted form of marriage. So all these are very important. If you look at marriage systems, so try to uh, just a minute. Marriage. So look at this one. These particular acts are all very important. Okay. See the Hindu Marriage Act 1955, and remember in order. Okay. First thing is Special Marriage Act 1954. Next comes Hindu Marriage Act 1955, and next comes Hindu Succession Act 1956, and also Hindu Adoption and Maintenance Act of 1956. Try to remember in order. First thing is special marriage 1954. Okay, it provides rights of women on par with men for intercaste marriage, etc., etc. Minimum age of 21 for males, 18 for females. So this is very important act, Special Marriage Act. Immediately followed by Hindu Marriage Act, prohibits all kinds of polygamy, right, and child marriage, etc., etc. Hindu Succession provides right to parental property for women. And Hindu Adoption and Maintenance Act gives childless women right to adopt a child and maintenance from husband. Okay, fine. So what is the question saying? Which of the following first recognized monogamy? Hindu Marriage Act 1955. So remember in order: Special Marriage Act 1954, Hindu Marriage Act 1955, and then what is the uh, Hindu Succession Act? Okay. After the marriage, you talk about the property. Hindu Succession Act 1956. Also Hindu Adoption Act. So Hindu Marriage Act 1955 for the first time. And also there are so many provisions which ban polygamy. If you look at it, provisions that ban polygamy, Parsi Marriage Divorce Act also 1936, Sharia Act of 1937. It gives, I mean, it doesn't ban, it allows the Muslim man to have four wives. Okay. And in the Sarla Mudgal case, okay, it's very important. You cannot convert to another religion just for the purpose of marrying. That is Sarla Mudgal. Lily Thomas. In the Lily Thomas case, the judgment of Sarla Mudgal was reiterated and Special Marriage Act, okay, and Section 4 specifically. In Group 2, they will go to subsections also. Okay, so remember all these things. Hindu Marriage Act also, and Section 17 particularly, IPC Section 494, and Section 495 of the IPC protects the rights of second wife also. So if you marry two wives, you will go to jail and your property will be distributed between the two wives. So better not to. Okay. So Article 44 also. Anyway, so these are the provisions that ban polygamy. Very important. So who among the following is known as the father of Indian sociology? We have seen J.S. Gurye. Very important. Father of Indian sociology is J.S. Gurye, and father of sociology in general is Auguste Comte. Mother of sociology is Harriet Martineau. Okay. So incorrectly matched. Uh, Muslim marriage. Let us quickly look at Muslim marriage. Okay. We have seen. Okay. This is different types of Hindu marriage: Brahma, Daiva, Arsha, Prajapatya, Gandharva, Asura, Rakshasa, Paisachika. Frequently asked. We'll look into that when the question comes. And Muslim marriage is nikah. So nikah is when everything is perfect. As per the Quran, everything is perfect, then it is called nikah. So fasid is when everything is not perfect, but there are minor things which can be later regularized. That is called fasid. Muta is temporary marriage, okay, for a period of time. After the marriage gets dissolved. So children will also get some property in muta. Batil is a form of marriage which cannot be regularized. Okay, that means maybe yeah, out of the religion, or something which cannot be accepted at all according to Sharia law. So nikah, fasid is with minor irregularities. Fasid can be converted into nikah. Okay, muta and batil. Batil is not at all allowed. So what is the question? Payment of certain amount of money by Muslim to bride. Okay, this is meher. So this is also correct. Payment of kind of a dowry to the bride. Okay, that is meher. Marriage in which one woman marries multiple men is not polygyny, it is polyandry. Polygyny is one man, multiple wives. Okay, polyandry. Family consisting of husband, wife, and children is blended family. Okay. Founder of Sikhism is Guru Nanak. Okay, not Guru Gobind Singh. So the ACD is the answer. Who remarked caste has been the alpha and omega of Hindu life. So we have seen out of all this frequently M. N. Srinivas, right? Frequently he wrote books about caste, etc. So he says caste is the alpha and omega of Hindu life. Try to remember that. Consider the following statements about marriage. Marriage is sacrament in Hindu society, definitely. Marriage is a contract in Muslim society. That's also true. Prohibition of Sapinda marriage is the rule of caste endogamy. So what is Sapinda marriage? If you look at, see, Gotra, okay, Sagotra, all these things, Sapinda marriage is here. So when you are talking about exogamous marriage, that means marrying outside your clan or outside your family. That is more sought after, right? So you cannot marry within your same family, cousins or brothers or sisters or that. So marriage is exogamous marriage is more preferred, more than endogamous. If you look at tribal, in many tribal areas, they marry within the family. So that is tribal endogamy. Within the caste is caste endogamy, which is more practiced in India. Okay, caste endogamy also. So anything within is endogamy, without, I mean, external is exogamy. Subcaste endogamy, which is also there in India. Okay, not only caste, within the caste, we are looking at subcaste also. Varna also. Brahmins are marrying Brahmins, Kshatriyas are marrying Kshatriyas. Okay, so that is endogamy. And exogamy, Gotra exogamy is also practiced. Basically, people from the same Gotra do not marry because they belong to the same lineage. Okay, Pravara and Sapinda is again around 4 to 5 generations. For example, you have same brothers, okay, their daughters, their sons, etc. So they all belong to the same family. So if you, in Andhra Pradesh specifically, what happens is the sister's son marries the what is a manamama, okay, manamama manaludu. Manaludu will marry the manamama's daughter. That is more like a sapinda marriage, okay, and village exogamy. That is also fine. Not marrying within your village, marrying outside your village. So Sapinda marriage is not exactly acceptable. But unless if the culture is accepting it, it is fine. Otherwise, it is not properly accepted. Okay. So prohibition of Sapinda marriage is a rule of caste endogamy. So why is Sapinda marriage being prohibited? Because it is becoming endogamous, right? It is becoming endogamous. So as a caste endogamy, you are prohibiting Sapinda marriage. Remember, Sakinda marriage is marrying within the family, within the nearby 3 to 4 generations. Everyone is within the family, so that is Sapinda marriage. And as per caste endogamy, you are prohibiting Sapinda marriage. Okay, so basically, this is wrong. Uh, this would be exogamy. Sorry. So see, you want exogamy. You don't want endogamy. You don't want within the family. You want outside the family. So you want exogamy. So in order to have exogamy, you are prohibiting the Sapinda marriage. Fine. Okay. The other two are correct. So don't get confused. Sapinda marriage is marrying within the family in the few generations, and that is prohibited. So as to maintain a certain sense of exogamy. Okay. So which of the following does fraternal polyandry? So, as I said, the case of Pandavas and Draupadi, fraternal is brothers. Polyandry is one woman marrying multiple men. So, a woman's marriage to group of brothers is called fraternal polyandry. Several sisters means sororal, marrying the same man, one man, multiple wives. So, polygyny, sororal polygyny. Okay, man's marriage with his sister's daughter. Man's marriage with his sister's daughter. This is amitate, right? Women's marriage with her husband's brother after the husband's death. This is the levirate marriage. Okay. We have seen, as I said, it's found in that Israel region, etc. In the past, I don't know if it is there. This is levirate. So this man's marriage with his sister daughter is Sapinda marriage. Okay, within the family, it's usually found in Andhra Pradesh. This is Sapinda marriage. Okay, Soraral polygyny, Sapinda marriage, levirate marriage, and this is fraternal polyandry. So all those are important. So what is the term given to the relationship that is governed by formal rules to restrict interaction between designated categories of relatives? Okay, fine. Avoidance relationship. Try to remember, not very important. Who introduced the term stateless society? Okay, Paul Bohannon. Just try to remember, nothing much to study there. So these tribes, very important. This such a question can be asked and it should be easy. Already we have seen, right? Garos, Gons, Garashas, and Javas. So we have seen multiple times. Jarvas belong to Andaman and Nicobar, right? Let us quickly look at it. Okay. So Jarvas belong to Andaman and Nicobar. Okay. And what are the others which are asked? Jarvas, Garashia, Gons, and Garos. Garos belong to Meghalaya. Look at Meghalaya. See Meghalaya, Garo, Kasi, Jaintia. Okay. And Garashia and Gons. Okay. So let us look at Rajasthan and Bihar. So where is Rajasthan? So Rajasthan, see. Beels, Damaria, Danka, Meena. Meenas are very popular, right? Meena is very popular. Mostly you will find in Rajasthan. Okay, they belong to the scheduled tribes, but apparently they are rich from rich families. Okay, and what else is there? Garasia. Where is Garasia? Where is Bihar? Okay, look at Bihar. Gons, Birja, Asur, Savar, Paharia, Chero, Birhor, Santal, and Baiga. Santal rebellion is also very famous, right? And Gons are there in Bihar also. Gons are there in multiple places, okay? They're in Madhya Pradesh, they will be there. Andhra Gons will be there. Telangana will be there, okay? See, Andhra also Gons. Gons will be there in multiple places. Bihar also. Santals, Bihar, and also Gons, etc. All these Birhors, Bills, all Madhya Pradesh. Anyway, let us look at the question. So, Jarvas is Andaman and Nicobar, D3. D3, only this option is there. So outright you have eliminated others. A2, Garos Meghalaya, Garo Khasi Jaintia is Meghalaya, try to remember. And Gons in Bihar, we've just seen. So Garasya in Rajasthan, try to remember that. Fine. So let us stop here.